It's a great fit for me. Everybody thinks so, and I think so. So actually, after being there, my sophomore, my first year playing receiver in college, I just feel like it's better at running back.
And how did it feel to go out there and big impact for your team?
It felt great. You know, it just felt like I was back in high school. Felt good. My teammates gave me praises. My coach gave me praises, but it's time to move on to the next team and try to get better.
How big of an opportunity was that for you to finally get back to running back, know what you could do, and be a part of a win like that?
Like I said before, you know, it's exciting. I'm glad I went back to running back. Coach feel like it was a great spot for me, and I just feel like I just made the best of my opportunity.
TJ, how's your health been? I mean, Brett's mentioned, obviously your knee in preseason. They said you had a foot.
Yeah, I was banged up a little bit. I wasn't 100%, so I'm getting back to 100%. I'm back now, 100% to go. So Coach felt like he was ready for me to put my role back out there. So
did you get really anxious at all? Because you were coming into last week, you were still averaging 6.5 yards a carry, and the injuries. Were you just really anxious to finally get on the field?
Everybody's anxious to get on the field. It's patience. That's what it is. So I was just whatever coach wanted me to do, I was there to do it. So.
What do you think of Devion? I guess you guys are both in the slot a little bit. What do you think of him as a?
Everybody think we twins or something. So we'd be around the academic room. They'd be like, "Hey, Devion." I'd be like, "I'm TJ. That's not Devion." So Devion, that man's quick. He's fast. So we'd be having competitions who's faster or not, but. Slow,
so you win those races?
I feel like I will. I'm not going to say I'm not.
Brett said in the self-scout, people would see that if you're in the game, it's a run play. So how are you doing in terms of being in there for pass plays?
Yeah, we actually went over pass protection today. Coach Mitchell said I did a good job. I need to keep improving. So I'm just taking day by day, see the coaches every day, and try to get better in pass protection.
Welcome back. It's our Friday edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. It's our A edition that we like to do each and every Friday here on the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. It's brought to you by Lindsay & Associates with locations in Fayetteville, locations also two in Rogers. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. It's also brought to you by Locomotion, and you can find them just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. And lastly, Fun City. You can catch them off the 412 bypass in Springdale, Arkansas. And if you don't get a chance to catch us live on our live stream each and every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 2, you can catch us on iHeartRadio as we podcast each and every day's top segment. And we want to continue on getting you guys ready for homecoming kickoff versus Arkansas versus Coastal Carolina this Saturday at Donald W. Reynolds at 3 p.m. And want to bring in Mascot Media's Derek Oxford. Derek, welcome to the Hill, my brother.
What's up, man? It's been a while.
Let's get off into it. What's the main thing you're going to be looking for in what should be a very easy homecoming win for Arkansas on Saturday when you enter the stadium?
Mainly you just want to get out of the game healthy and, not take care of business. Coastal Carolina's obviously not very good. They're one of the worst teams in the Sun Belt. Arkansas shouldn't have a problem, like you said, putting them away. I think the goal should be to get about a 28 to 35 point lead at halftime, and then just kind of coast from there. I don't foresee really there being any problems with getting a win. They're a 24-point favorite. Coastal Carolina is only 1-7. So, if you don't win this game by 35, then there's going to be a real problem. With the next 3 weeks to finish the season. I think it's a good respite for them to kind of get healthy and rested up for the final 3 games. all in conference that'll decide, kind of the fate of this team.
A question I want to ask you, Derek. If you're Coach Bielema, Coach Dan Enos, and I know once my producer hears this question, he's gonna like it just as well. Should there be a 2-quarterback system in tomorrow's game early to get both Cole and Austin some early work, and then turn it over maybe in the second half to Ty, Story, and those guys that may not be able to get a lot of reps, when the games right now are real close?
I would honestly, and if Frank Ragnow was still healthy and playing, I would say yes. But with him out and the offensive line still kind of being a patchwork unit, I would probably not play Austin in this game just to risk further injury. I'd probably hold him out, especially if you really need him in the last 3 games. I would not play him against Coastal and risk a re-injury. I would probably just continue to roll with Cole, and then Story is assuming they get a big enough lead. I would not rush Austin back unless you feel like you absolutely need him to win, which you shouldn't, against Coastal. But I think they'll probably just continue to ride with Cole in this game, and then maybe get Story a look if they're up by enough.
Arkansas's exhibition conclusion is tonight for Mike Anderson in the Fastest 40. When you look at this team, as I don't know if you were able to make the exhibition game versus UCO last Friday night, what will you be there tonight? And if so, when you think of this team, Derek, what sticks out to you? Because I don't know if you've gotten a chance, like I said, to watch last week's exhibition or the red-white game, but if so, if you've had a chance to look at this team when the Stripes are running up and down the court with these guys, what's the one thing that sticks out about this upcoming ball club?
Well, I didn't get a chance to watch either of them in person. I saw highlights on, social media and whatnot, and followed it, just from what people were tweeting and saying about it. From what I can tell, what I've derived, it's going to be a really deep team. They're kind of shorthanded right now because of injuries and suspensions and whatnot. But I think it's an athletic team. It's a team that's going to be able to get up and down the floor and pressure and play the kind of ball that Mike wants to play. I think Daniel Gafford, the sky's the limit for him. I think he's going to have a monster freshman season if he can stay healthy. I think Jalen and Darryl both got a big chip on their shoulder. Considering neither of them were selected to all SEC teams, I think they're going to really have something to prove throughout the year. Plus, they want to get increase the pro prospects. So they got a lot going for them. They're going to have a lot of guard depth, which is nice. I fully expect them to get a more convincing win tonight than they did last Friday, and then go into the season opener against Sanford the next Friday. They're going to have 2 games right out of the chute. They're going to open with Sanford, and then they're going to have Bucknell on Sunday. So you'll know, pretty early, what you've got so far, and then you have one more game before you go to Oregon. So we'll know pretty early this year how good the basketball Hogs will be.
As always, my man, look forward to catching up with you tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the press box. But as always, Derek, have a blessed one. Give the little man a kiss and hug for me, and thanks for taking time out on the hill, my brother.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
That was Derek Oxford of Mascot Media giving us his take on Arkansas football and Arkansas men's basketball as they take on their last exhibition opponent tonight at 7 p.m. In the Bud. I like that. Basketball season. There's just so much going on, Demetrius. You and I are like these 2 awesome sports media guys where we cover every single sport. Men's, I was last night, we were at the women's basketball game, and want to note that Arkansas did win the women's basketball exhibition versus Western Oklahoma, I should say, 82-74 as senior guard Devin Cosper led the Razorbacks with 31 points, followed by junior college transfer Raven Norcross Baker, she had 17, and junior guard Malika Monk finished with 14 to lead the Razorbacks to the 82-74 victory. And it will be their last one. They'll open up a week from today versus, I believe it's Stephen F. Houston. Sam Houston State is who it is. I'm so sorry at 10:30. That's Demetrius. Make that a note. For those that are listening, bring your kids out. I think it's elementary day for that ball game. For Mike Neighbors, inaugural first game as the first official game as the head women's basketball coach at the University of Arkansas. So make sure you get out and check out the Lady Razorbacks. Followed later that evening by the University of Arkansas men's basketball. Open up their regular season as well in Bud Rawton a week from today at 7 p.m. But we're going to be back. It's get left or get right. You know what that means. It's picks times in the SEC with Demetrius and Pat. It's on the Hill with Pat Jenkins. Back in a moment.